All right, hello everyone. Eric Marks, findingmiddleearth.com. And today it's Friday. We're going into the weekend. I just wanted to make a semi-short video to give you guys something to think about over the weekend. Normally I'm surrounded by cameras and lenses and doing techie review stuff. Today I wanted to just do something different. And the word different is kind of the point of this whole video. So let me ask you all a question. How many times have you heard the phrase, just be different? All you have to do to succeed is just be different. You've probably heard it a lot if you're an entrepreneur or if you've tried to invent a product into an industry that hasn't quite gotten off the ground yet. It seems like everyone tells you, oh, well, my best advice, just be different. I think, now this is my opinion, I think that is the biggest load of crap that anyone can ever tell you. I don't want to sound mean. Let me explain. By always trying to strive to be different and always having that thought in your head, be different, I have to figure out how to be different. It's an endless road. And so many people that go down that road end up losing themselves. They end up finding something that isn't really the different that they thought they were going to find, but it's a different that accomplished half their goal. And it's always the monetary side of their goal, but it's never the happiness side of their goal. So you need to stop right here, probably pause the video after I say this, and figure out what are you into photography for? Are you into photography for the money? Are you into it for the happiness, the joy? Are you into it for just having a great hobby? Or do you want all of those things? Do you want the money, the hobby, being able to wake up and love what you do every day? What do you want out of it? If you just want quick money, you probably shouldn't be into the art game at all, because the creative art world is not about quick money. It's about the love of it, and the money will come from that. So after you've figured that out, okay, the best direction I can help you steer in is this. I'm going to say something, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, because I'm going to explain myself after I say it. Anyone can do photography, okay? They can. Anyone can do it. But photography as a career is not for everyone, okay? Let me say that again. Anyone can do photography, but photography is not for everyone. Now let me explain. You guys might think, since I'm a full-time photographer, that I'm just out shooting all the time. I'm doing landscape photography vlogs every single day. I'm in the mountains all the time, and checks just appear in my mailbox. That would be amazing. And that's what I'm striving towards. I'm striving to do this, YouTube and workshops and photography education. I want to do it full time. I don't want to shoot for clients anymore. My happiness is doing this, making videos for you guys, meeting you guys, taking you on photo tours to Iceland, New Zealand, the Great Smoky Mountains. That's what my version of photography career happiness looks like, okay? And I'm not gonna try to be different along the way. So let me kind of restructure where this video is going, okay? Don't be different. Think different. That's the whole point of this video, okay? If you try to be different, you're going to end up changing who you are along the way, and it's not going to be for the better most times, okay? So I'm kind of jipping old school Apple, okay? If you know, obviously the computer company Apple, if you knew their old phrase, their old company saying back when Apple was in their prime, right? Steve Jobs was the head of the company, great things were happening. They always had the Apple logo, and then right below it, it would say think different. And that's always stuck with me. So I always tell people whenever they say, hey Eric, how's photography going? Oh, hey, well if it's not going great, just be different. Don't be different. Think different. If you think different but be yourself, only great things can happen. So be yourself and think different. Don't be different, okay? So now let's get back to what I said a minute ago, which was anyone can do photography, but photography as a career is not for everyone, okay? So again, you guys might think that I have cameras in my hands all the time and that I'm out shooting. That's what I'm striving towards, okay? What it really is, as photography as a business, is you're shooting about 30% to 40% of the time, and then the rest of it, let's say 60% of the time, I'm at my computer over there marketing, making uncomfortable phone calls, building relationships, I'm here making videos for you guys to get my, to get my name out there and to build a community and relationship with all of you awesome people that I get to talk to all the time. And I'm just basically building the brand of Finding Middle Earth so that it gets to a point to where I can do what I want to do, which is full-time education. I want to be able to do no shooting for clients and just full-time going all around the world, meeting all of you, doing workshops, public speaking, trainings, selling video tutorials, all of it full-time. And we'll talk in the future about how we can all kind of help each other make that happen. But keep in mind that when you have a goal, don't let the monetary side of it be the underlining factor of the goal. Let the star of your goal be your happiness, okay? And don't ever change from that, because if you're happy and you love what you do, the money will come. I promise you, the money will come, okay? Because people can tell when you get up and you do your job and it's a chore, and people can tell when you get up and do your job and it's a passion and you love it. And that's what you never want to go away. There are so many people that try to strive for that be different whole situation that they end up, like I said a minute ago, they end up getting half of their goal. So they end up in, let's say that I'm a landscape photographer, okay? And someone told me when I first got into the photography game to be different. And so I tried so hard for years to be different that now I'm a fashion photographer, shooting for magazines, shooting for Vogue. And I don't like fashion photography. I don't like doing it. But let's say trying to be different, that's where it led me. Okay, now I'm a fashion photographer and I make lots of money from my cameras, which is part of my goal, so that's great. But I wake up every day not wanting to do fashion photography. I wake up every day wanting to be in the woods, in the mountains, teaching people how to use their cameras and shooting beautiful places. And in my opinion, even though maybe half the goal is there, the monetary side has come, I have failed. If I end up at that point, I would consider myself a failure, because I never want to take photography to a point of not liking it. I never want it to be a chore when I get up. And if it ever does get that way, I'll do one of two things. I'll take a step back and look at my situation and do my best to change it. And if it can't change, then I will take my love and my passion for photography and I will hide it away and I will keep it as a hobby, and then I will look for something else to do, because I will never let anyone or anything steal my passion for photography, ever, because it makes me happy. And that's the whole basis of why I want to do it as my career and why I am doing it as my career, because it makes me happy. I get up every day and I love doing photography. I love taking photos. I love making these videos for you guys. I love answering your comments. I love getting emails about questions, because I love talking and doing everything photography. But I do it all by being myself and thinking different. The whole reason I created this YouTube channel is because I had this big brainstorming session years ago, and I said, what can I do and how can I think different about this photography process? So I thought, hey, I'm gonna get on YouTube and start making photography videos, and maybe something will come from it. Well, now I took myself from like 101 subscribers to 5,000 plus subscribers because of all of you. I owe it to all of you, and it was all because of you and because I decided to think different one day, but not be different. People can tell when you're being yourself and when you're being someone that you're not, but you're just kind of doing it for the money and kind of doing it for other things, and you're not really loving what you're doing. People can tell, I promise you. I can always kind of spot the people that get off work at 5 or 6 o'clock and they're so glad to be off, and I can spot the people that are always thinking, that get off at 5 o'clock, but they're always thinking, their wheels are turning about work the next day. And that's kind of what happens to me. I love spending time with my family. When I stop working, I'm 100% out of work and I'm invested in my family, but I always have something turning back there, right? My next photo, my next video idea, things will pop up because I love what I do. I'm always thinking about the next day of, what I can do to better myself, better my business, invest in myself, invest in all of you, and it just overall make myself a better person and a better artist. And that all comes from being yourself. So this whole video was made because I overheard a conversation. I overheard a conversation in public where these two guys were talking about inventing some product. And one of the guys said to the other guy, well, we just have to make sure to be different. And I just thought, no. I have to make a video on this right now, because what if someone, what if there's so many people out there that are striving to be different, hoping that it makes them successful in photography, and they end up down this endless road of always trying to be different, and they end up as something that they never even wanted to be. So never let the monetary side steer the direction of where you're going in any business, whether it's photography or any kind of business you want to go to. You never want to try to be different. Okay, I've probably said this a million times now, but I'm just so passionate about this. Be yourself, think different. Okay, that's all I have to say from this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, because there's just so many people that on a daily basis that try to let whatever industry they go into kind of conform. They conform to the industry, and they kind of let that mold and shape the way that they go. And if you take a step back and you try to think about the whole reason you wanted to become an entrepreneur, it's because you didn't want a boss. You didn't want people telling you what to do, right? That's the reason most people want to become an entrepreneur, is because you want to be the decision maker of where you go with your career. So think about that the next time you try to conform to an industry. Being an entrepreneur isn't about conforming. It's about making a new direction for yourself and paving a new way, maybe for others that can follow if they want to follow. Because there has to be followers. There's leaders in this world and there's followers. There has to be both. Okay, not everyone can be a leader. So you have to decide what you want to be in life, and neither one is a good or bad one. Okay, it's all up to you. If you're the following type, and if you love being part of a team and looking up to a captain of the ship telling you what to do, that's great. You have to have leaders and followers in this life. So just think about that. Are you the kind of person that looks at a brick wall and you see an opening that everyone's going into and you want to just hop in line and go through that same opening? Or are you the kind of person that just wants to break a new hole in the wall and go through a different way? That's what I would do. I would want to just break through my own way and find a different way in this brick wall and just pave my own way. So you have to figure out, what kind of person you are, what you would do. But all of that aside, I want this to be something you guys think about this weekend. Don't be different. And I want this to be inspiring. None of this is meant to step on anybody's toes or whatever, because if you've been trying to be different, that's fine. Just remember, always be yourself through anything, okay? Do whatever you want, do whatever career you want, in whatever artistic vision you want. Don't let anyone ever tell you anything different about your photography career. If you believe it's right, then that's fine, but don't be prideful about it. Still, always take feedback, always learn, always invest in yourself, get better, watch YouTubers, watch photography videos, purchase tutorials, go in workshops, and better yourself always. So don't take this as being prideful. Don't ever be prideful. Always be humble in your business and in your approach to your entrepreneurship and your goals. Always be humble and take advice, because that's where I get feedback from so many people. I've gotten great feedback, and having a mentor is a wonderful thing. But just make sure you never lose track of yourself and the whole reason why you started on this journey of photography, of becoming an artist, becoming an entrepreneur and an artist. Whatever it is, whatever your goal is, always be yourself. Never be different. Just think different. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you would like to stay up to date on all of my latest photography videos and adventures, click the big subscribe button below. And if you would like to find out more about me and how to become a great photographer, visit my website at findingmiddleearth.com.